Last time saw us arriving in Whitehills. This time we make our run to Inverness.
We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild.
Oh, we were leaving Whitehills. We'd only had one night there. It was rainy. It had not been the best of nights. Whitehills itself, lovely little village. We had a superb meal. First night open, a restaurant called the Galley. So we were first nighters. But the night went downhill from there. We didn't get a great deal of sleep. And I don't know whether we'd got a little bit of get-on-itis, but we chose to head on, and rather than as we'd originally planned, a short run to Lossiemouth, which would have been a later start in the morning, made a quick snap decision, rang Inverness, no problem, let's do it, and we set off for Inverness. Which was a 58-mile run. Oh, we've done more than that. So, what could go wrong? Now, for a start, I knew there was going to be a little bit of chop, and I knew it was going to be a little bit bumpy as we came out of the harbour. As we turned west on our westerly heading, I thought, well, this will start to settle down a little bit. The further west we get, the smoother it should get. Secondly, the wind. Well, the wind should have been lightish, but wasn't, and it should have been more northwesterly than it currently was, so we were sort of feeling it a little bit with the wind, but again we expected that to settle down and calm off. So yeah, in any case I wouldn't have wanted to really turn around and go back into Whitehills even from where we were now. So we pressed on, and as we came past the area where Lossiemouth was, I was saying it doesn't look like we would get in there. We were a little bit early anyway for Lossiemouth, so the tide would have been a bit on the low side, but with this sort of swell that would have made it very, very difficult, I think, to get in. And we're still not where the forecast should have been. The sea state was much rougher, and whilst we'd got the sails up, the mainsail up, it was on the nose more or less. We were sort of struggling to get anything out of the sail. There was enough wind, but it'd have been purgatory trying to sail at all. Then the rain came, and yeah, thinking, not a good day today.
So the wind has died on us, and we just had a splutter on the engine.
Now the splutter on the engine, I cleaned the air filter whilst we were running, and things seemed to get better, but then trying to get into the North Channel. We'd been running on the south side, and so we started crossing the Moray Firth to go through the North Channel, which is the better channel. It's wider, and you get a better run through there. Now, in the sea state that we'd got, I was actually struggling to find it. I could sort of see a red can buoy in the distance, but the tidal stream was actually pushing us further towards the Narrows and Riff Bank. And then when the engine cut, I was what on earth? And no sign of any problem whatsoever. I did my checks in the morning and no sign of anything. So once it was clear nothing was going to happen, my first thought was, right, I know we've got Riff Bank, let me just get out there, let me stop the boat. That's the first thing I was ever taught when you've got a problem like we had, which is no control. Stop the boat. We were in 5 meters of water, so that was easily anchorable. Didn't know what the bottom was like, but let's just get the hook down and it's going to grab something. The boat had gone sideways, as it would do with the tidal stream. It was going to push us sideways onto the bank. So now Janet tried to take the helm, but that wouldn't really do a great deal. And then as soon as the hook bit, the boat swung, so we went head to the tidal stream. She gives a shout of warning and I just hang on, and that's it. That's where we start to suddenly swing, and then we're head to stream. And whilst it's bouncy, we've bitten and therefore safe.
Pan, 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 pan. This is Yacht Baru, Yacht Baru, Yacht Baru. My location is 57.62. Latitude, longitude 4.03. We are in the Moray Firth, close to Fort George. Over.
Pan Yacht Baru, this is Aberdeen Coast Guard. Say, spell your vessel's name, over.
Vessel is Baru, Bravo Alpha Romeo uniform. Over.
Pan Yacht Baru, this is Aberdeen Coast Guard. Roger, what life saving equipment do you have on board? Over.
We have a life raft, we have life jackets which are being worn. Over.
Pan Yacht Baru, this is Aberdeen Coast Guard. Roger, is there any injuries to the crew on board? Over.
Negative, over.
Pan Yacht Baru, this is Aberdeen Coast Guard. Roger. Can you see any vessels, other vessels in the area? Over.
Negative, no other vessels. Over.
Yacht Baru, this is Aberdeen Coast Guard. Received. Pan, stand by.
Standing by on 16.
The engine had cut only about a mile away from Riff Bank, and there was a very strong tidal stream pushing us directly onto the bank. The wind were in a position where we couldn't sail, so the only thing I could do was to stop our drift, and that was drop the anchor rather quickly. Couldn't explain it to Janet. I just needed to get out there and get the anchor dropped, and then we did the pan call. There was no chance of sorting the engine out in that chop. A small private rib came out to us. They had a 60 horsepower engine, and we got a line attached to them, but they couldn't pull us forward, and we couldn't lift the anchor. They could only abate our drift. In trying to lift the anchor, we actually smashed the stripper bar off the anchor casting, so we were in a little bit of a pickle then. We were stuck fast, but when the rnli came out, they first of all raised our anchor, which meant we started drifting, and then they got a line attached to us and towed us into Inverness Marina.
Yacht Baru, Invergordan Lifeboat, 6-7.
Invergordan Lifeboat to Yacht Baru. Go ahead, over.
Baru, Invergordan Lifeboat. What we're going to do now is we're going to take the speed off slowly, and then we're going to shorten in the tow and come alongside you on your port side, and then we'll make fast on our alongside tow on your port side. All we will require from you is if you just steer a straight line. Once we get a bit closer to you, just steer as if you're gonna pass us. That will be fine. Over.
Yep, all received. I'm just moving off line now. Over.
Yeah, that's fine, that's all covered. Once we get alongside and it's safe to do so, we might put somebody on board, one or two on board to help you out and to get us secure, and also help take lines at the other end.
Yeah, all received, no problem.
Okay, standing by 6-7.
Surprised me. Gently kept doing 2 knots.
Yeah.
no. What we can do is
So there we are, undertow to Inverness Marina. Massive thanks to the guys from Invergordan lifeboat and North Kessock in the Atlantic 45 rig. What went wrong? Simple. Primary filter blocked. Usual fuel issues that we get these days, or seem to get these days. One of them things. All was well at the end.